So, good day, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So, we're going to discuss more problems involving mean and variance of the random variable. Okay, but before we're going to each of the problems, we're going to recall the formula of the mean and variance. Okay, so to find the mean, okay, so now you have x and p of x. You're going to find the product of the x with its corresponding probability p of x. Then after finding all the products, then we're going to find the sum of all the products. That's how we find the mean. Okay, so when we say variance, okay, so it is done through a step-by-step basis. So what are we going to do is we're going to find the square of x, then we're going to multiply with each of the corresponding probabilities, namely p of x. So for the first x squared times p of x, what are we going to do is to multiply the first x squared with the first p of x. Then for the second round, we're going to find the product of the second x squared with the second p of x, and so on and so forth. Then after that, we're going to find the sum. Then we're going to subtract it with the square of the mean. So that's how we find the variance, okay? So it applies to various real world situations. Okay, so our first problem is Joy is a chef who loves making chicken sandwiches. She loves giving chicken sandwiches to many street children during her outreach program. Activities at her community pantry. She keeps a 10-day record of how many chicken sandwiches she gives each day. The table is shown below. If she claims that the least number she gives to street children is 35, is this a credible claim? Find the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So what are we going to do here is we're going to count how many 32s, 34s, 36, 38, and 40. Why? It's all because we do not know the probability distribution yet. So ang given lahat, yung number of sandwiches per day yung binibigay ni Enjoy. Okay, so can we count? So how many 32s do we have? So we have 2. How about 34? We have 2 also. Okay, so I'm going to place a tick mark. Oops. Regarding the 32s, we have 3. Regarding the 36, we have 3. For 38, we just have 1. And for 40, we just have 1. So can we count this outcome? So we can say that the total outcome is 10. Okay, so now, based on the number of tick marks, 32 is 3, while 34 is 2, while 36 is 3, 38 is 1, and 40 is 1. So this is the number of every desired outcome here. So now we're going to create a probability distribution. So given your number of sandwiches given per day, so the total outcome is 10. So it means to say that the denominator for every probability is 10. Recalling the frequency of each number of sandwiches, so we have 332s, 234s, 336, 148, 138, and 140. So we're going to find the decimal form, so it will be easier since I am much more comfortable with the decimal rather than the fraction. Okay, so, okay, keep on filling up the probability distribution table. So here are the probabilities for each number of sandwiches. Okay, so now we're going to create the table where we're going to perform the solution on finding the mean, variance, and the standard deviation. So, recalling the probabilities, for number 32, we have 0.3, 0.2, 0.3, 0.1, and 0.1. So, to multiply these numbers, what are we going to do is to find the product. So, it will be 32 times 0.3. Then we're going to do the same thing with the other numbers. So, 32 times 0.3 is 9.6. Okay, how about 34 times 0.2? It will become 6.8, while for 36 and 0.3, it will become 10.8, while for 38 times 0.1, it will become 3.8, while for 40 times 0.1, it will be 4. So what are we going to do here is we're going to find the summation of x times p of x. So we're going to multiply. Okay, I'm not multiply. We're now going to add. Okay, so we're going to add. So therefore, the mean is 35. So this value answers that the claim is credible kasi ang sinasabi naman, the least number she gives is 35. So, pasok siya sa banga. Okay, so now, we have the mean already or the expected value. So, we're going to do is we're going to add all the x times p of x here. Now, what are we going to do to find the variance? The first step is to find the x squared. So, what is 32 squared? Okay, when we say 32 squared, it's 32 times 32. So, it will become 1024. For 34 squared, it will be 1156, while for 36 squared, it will become 1296, while for 38 times 38, it will become 1444, while for 40 times 40, it will become 1600. So now we have the x squared already. So what are we going to do is we're going to multiply the x squared with its corresponding probability. So our next step is to multiply 1024 with 0.3, then it will become 307.2, while for 1156 with 0.3, it will become 231.2, while for 1296, it will be multiplied with 0.3, it will become 38, or shall I say 388.8. Then what are we going to do with 1444 with 0.1? It will become 144.4. Then what are we going to do is to multiply 1600 with 0.1, and it will become 160. So now what are we going to do is to find the summation of x squared times p of x. Okay, so now we're going to add everything which involves x squared times p of x. So it will become 1231.6. So that is the sum. So now, what are we going to do in the next step is we're going to find the square of the mean. So the mean is 35. Now, we're going to find the square, which is 1225. So in order to get the variance, okay, so we're going to recall the formula. It will become 1231.6. Then subtract it with 1225 25, so it will become 6.6. So that is the variance. While to get the standard deviation, also known as theta, no, or sigma, or shall I say sigma, okay, so this is what we call sigma. While this is mu, when we're going to read in Greek letters. Okay, so we're going to square root the 6.6. So traditionally, what we do is we round it off to two decimal places, so it will become 2.57. That is the standard deviation of the given data. Okay, so second problem is, okay, Romina, the student council president, has decided to organize a virtual fundraising event. She, together with the student council, invested 10,000 and expected to sell design t-shirts worth 18,000. They were allowed to launch the event once the ECQ has lifted. If the ECQ would not be lifted, then they could not be able to sell design t-shirts and could lose their investment. According to the reports of the COVID-19 cases, there would be a 25% chance of extension of ECQ. How much would she expect to earn? So, bale, applicable nito ang pera investment ito. So, bali, it's a win or lose ito. So, how much did she invest? It's 10,000, right? And how much yung expected na binibenta yung design t-shirts nila, which is 18,000. So, ang gagawin dito muna is we're going to state the probability of the loss, which is 25%, since the decimal form of 25% is 0.25. If we need to consider also the chance na hindi ma-extend ang ECQ. So, what is the chance of that the ECQ will not be extended? So, 1 minus 0.25. So, it will be 0.75. So, shall I write ECQ, then no extension? So, we're going to create a table here. So, here, this is gain, this is loss. So, we need to provide tables for gain and loss. Then we're going to apply the probability distribution. So the probability for gain is 0.75 because there is a 75% chance that she could earn. If the chance is 25%, then she could not earn because of the ECQ. So the loss is 0.25. When you invest money, there is a chance that you will lose money. So we're going to insert the 10,000 here. Since you had invested your money, it will become negative. While for gain, what are we going to do is we're going to subtract the expected sellings and the the invested money. So the remaining is 8,000. So this is the gain and this is the loss. So the gain is expected to be 8,000 while the loss is expected to be negative 10,000. Okay, so now we're going to find the expected value here. So recalling here, so so there will be a 25% wherein she can lose her money. There will be a 75% that she can gain her money. Then the gain will be 8,000. The loss will be negative 10,000. So what are we going to do is we're going to use the concept of finding the mean. So we're going to multiply the money that she had gained with its corresponding probability. Then what are we going to do next is we're going to multiply the money that she will be losing along with its corresponding probability. So 8,000 times 0.75 will be 6,000, while 10,000 times 0.25 will be 2,500. So if we subtract them together, kasi supposedly plus siya, kaya lang may negative, kaya naging minus. So it will become 3,500. So, it is expected that Romina will get 3,500. So, yun po yung expected value natin. So, bale, para siyang profit. Okay? So, that is how we find the expected value for this problem. Okay? So, can I label? Okay, next. Okay, there were 500 contestants who participated in a raffle game. Each one bought a ticket which cost 100 pesos each. The ticket sold for the contestant cost 15,000 pesos. There could be only one winner who could be able to get a prize. What will be the expected gain of every contestant who bought one ticket? So sa bawat laro, isa lang ang mananalo. Okay. So kahit si winner, mapapagastos din siya ng 100 pesos. Okay, so gaya yung kanina, we're going to provide gain and loss. X, then P of X. Okay, so what are we going to do here is, first, to know the probability, there are 500 contestants. Okay, so how many people will gain? Since as it is mentioned that there could be only one winner, okay, so 1 over 500 yung gain natin. While for the losers naman, it will become 499 over 500. Ibig sabihin yung 499 na contestants, wala silang mapapanalunan. Kung hindi, mauubusan sila ng 100 pesos kasi yan ang binayad nila. So that is the amount they had paid for their ticket. So the winner is supposed to earn 15,000. However, he's going to get 14,900. So yung gastos ng ticket, kinalta sa price na mapapanalunan niya. So that will be his net earnings. So the selling price along with the price that he had paid for the ticket. So this is a probability distribution for this problem. So now we're going to construct the probability distribution. So we're going to transfer it here. So, oh, there could be only one winner. Well, there could be 499 losers. So that is how we compute for the probability. While for the game, but before that, we're going to mention how much will they lose. It is 100 pesos because that is the amount that they have paid for the ticket. While for the game, we will get 14,900. Okay, so what are we going to do is the same thing, which is x times p of x. So what are we going to do here is we're going to multiply. Okay, so what are we going to do is we're going to multiply the price with the numerator. So yung price kasi, that is the whole number. So 14,900 times 1 will become 14,900 over 500. Then what are we going to do next is 499 times negative 100. So it will become 49,900 over 500. So we're going to subtract this all together. Then it will become negative 35,000. Then we're going to divide it with 500. So what are we going to do is we're going to divide. Then the answer is negative 70 pesos. So we can say that the expected value is negative 70. So it means to say that is expected loss. So bale, it's like profit or loss. So Based on the problem, going back. So here are the exercises that you can do. So okay, so based on the last question, what will be the expected gain of every contestant who bought one ticket? So instead of gain, it would be loss because the value is negative, which is 70. Okay, so here are some exercises that you can do as your enrichment here. Okay, so do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. So thank you and God bless you. Happy learning and stay safe and have a great day. Thank you.